So with that being said, let's jump in the car with AJ and let's get started. You're gonna kill us.
None of those were good. We'll have to redo one of those on the way back, but it's good.
I thought that was great.
Right.
You almost killed us on that turn. What's up, everybody? Just as I said,
hi. You just talked to them.
Okay.
Saying what's up again.
Hey guys, so just as I said, we are here in the car, and I thought it'd be fun to embarrass AJ. What is this?
That is the plastic.
It's pretty clean back there. I will not lie. But
Yes.
you for sure cleaned your car for this purpose.
No, I've been keeping it clean ever since I got a new car.
I've been in his car. Do not let him fool you. There's this nasty stuff he rubs on his
What?
on his calluses, and
it's-
it looks like chapstick.
Yes.
And I used it as chapstick.
Well, yeah. So just to tell
It
a
was
story.
so gross.
Yeah, I have stuff to put on my fingers for climbing, and Caleb thought it was chapstick, and they're nasty, like gross.
It looks exactly like chapstick.
Except
It
it's like
opens
that thick
chapstick.
around. It's like
Okay,
it's like the
anyways,
size of my finger.
Wasn't planning on going there. I just now remembered that. But just as I had mentioned, we're just going over some super practical things. We're gonna just do 3 practical things that can help us connect with the Holy Spirit through this time.
Yeah, so I really miss worshiping together, like we all do. One of the number one things we're hearing from everyone is,
Yeah.
I really miss worshiping. So obviously we can't do that right now,
Yeah.
but one of the things that's been really great for me is worshiping in the car. I've been doing it a lot more during COVID because I just need more worship. There's been this just gaping hole in my heart of not being able to worship the way I'm used to. So basically what I do is I turn on any sort of worship music and I really worship in every sense of the word. I sing, I don't close my eyes. But I really get into it. And there have been multiple times where I am feeling the presence of the Lord so strongly, singing some sort of, worship song. And I
Like
pull
Grove
up
Church worship?
Yeah, Grove, all the songs that you're not in. I like all of Josh's songs, Danielle's
You're
songs.
just mad because you're in 0.
Whatever. But okay, but I really just worship and I scream and when I say scream, I mean sing very loudly.
Probably sounds like you're screaming when you're singing.
I pulled up at stoplights and people will look over and I'll be tearing up because I feel the presence of the Lord just so powerfully and so sweetly and so amazing in my own car. One of the things I like about the car is it is an intimate space.
Yeah.
It really is, especially when you're in the car alone. No one can really hear you. I turn the music up really loud.
So this is one of the last things that we have where a lot of us, because we're not great in our culture today at having solitude and silence, where we have to sit still and we can let the Lord speak to us.
It can be difficult working with family, and there's a particular day that I remember where I was furious. I was frustrated. I left church just pretty much driving home, ready to tell Maddie, my wife, hey, I'm not working there anymore. I'll put in my 2 weeks notice, we'll figure something else out. I will work anywhere else but there. I was just really frustrated. I'm sure you did something wrong and it was your fault. But I was frustrated and I left being really, really mad. I think it was more directed at Dad. Don't tell him.
Oh,
I guess
he'll
he's
never
watching
know.
this, yeah. So I get in the car and I'm driving and I felt like the Lord said, trying to challenge me with, do you really want to show up at home to your wife all frustrated and fuming? And so I said, no, I don't want to do that. And so I thought I'll put on some worship music just to calm me down so by the time I get home, I can calmly tell my wife that I'm quitting. About a minute in, I feel the presence of the Lord just so strongly, and I really began just to worship. And it was the first time I'd say I ever really worshiped in my car. And I felt the presence of the Lord just fill me, and I felt just so close to the Lord. And by the time I got home, my heart had completely changed towards just all my frustrations, towards you, towards Dad probably. And I really just felt this peace. 8 minutes in the car with some worship music completely changed my perspective. And so I think right now, where a lot of us are going through a lot of tricky situations and a lot of difficult stuff, that we need this more than ever.
One of my favorite things about worship and about God is that it's such a perspective, it just flips a switch, and it helps us, when we're in anger or we're in frustration or we're sad or we're down. God can use music and worship music to speak to us and completely flip the script on what we thought was happening or how you thought I was wrong and then you realize I was right.
It's different than just playing worship music. I think a lot of us, that's as far as we get. And a lot of us, it's awesome. We play worship music and we kind of sing to it and we think about it, but then we think about what we're cooking for dinner later and, probably driving a little bit, which is important. But when I worship in the car, I turn on the music, I turn it loud, and I prepare my heart like I'm going to worship at church a little bit.
So many of us are like, we don't know what to pray or we don't know what to sing. Let the lyrics be your poem to God. Let the lyrics of the song be your cry. Let the lyrics be your prayer, and just sing them and mean them. You're actually pulling into, this is literally where we live, and I have not been back.
Where we lived.
Where we lived.
And we
And
don't live
this
there
is this was my parking spot that you just pulled into.
And that is where you dented Kara's car.
Yes.
She did not. She was not happy with you.
This was Emma's first home. Okay.
Don't get
Anyways,
sappy on me.
we want you guys to take this opportunity to be intentional and just spend time with our King. Spend time pouring your heart out to him. Spend time telling him that you love him. Spend time being thankful for all the incredible blessings that we have. And do you have any last things to say?
No.
That is that is the first time that has ever happened.
Yep.
I wish you would do that in meetings more often.
I know.
Next time you're in the car and you're alone, just try this. You put on some worship music and let the Lord speak to you and really and truly worship him, sing. If you're bad, no one can hear you.
I have something to add, yeah. And if
Thought so.
Yeah, if you're frustrated, I think even if you don't have anywhere to drive, I think it's okay right now to get in the car and to put on some worship music and go for a drive.
Thank you guys. We will
While you
see you
say
at Mount
bye to them,
Helix.
they're gonna. Okay, I
I'm
guess.
saying bye. Okay. Anyways.
You did
Take
it
that-
again. You just said anyways again.
Oh my gosh, because you always interrupt me. Okay, just end this clip. End this.
Just try one more
Take
time.
me
and
to
say
Mount
goodbye.
Helix. Just take
Say
me.
goodbye. one more
I'm
time.
closing my eyes. I want to appear in Mount Helix.